manufacturing so on so some product. So like that, first purchase request will be created. Once the purchase request is created, next thing will comes into the picture is purchase order. Now, purchase department or purchase team, they are going to create the purchase order based on purchase request. But of course, there are some other depends on the first I'm telling you the basic scenario. Then after that we'll go in detail. Like there is a source determination and there are other scenarios are there, and you'll be learning some of the scenarios as well. So now PO after that, purchase order. After the PR and then you have purchase request. Now one more thing I'll tell you. This is as a standard process I'm telling you. But in case if you have the example like something like your vendor planning you want to do and you want to collect the data, suppliers information, then you are going to negotiate with them for the better prices. Then you are going to see who is going to offer the best price. That means comparison you are going to do. You are going to compare the prices or quotations, we can say. So those things are also there, but that I will tell you in some other scenario. Example, you can say here request for quotation, RFQ. This is a request for quotation. Request for quotation. Then after that you are going to maintain the quotations. You receive the quotations from the suppliers. They are going to tell you, okay, this so and so product we are going to offer you on this rate or this price or this cost. Example, if we say example, if we take a laptop, let us say you want to source the laptop for office, but now you identified who are the vendors and you are going to place you are going to ask a request for quotation from them. Then they are going to send the request for the quotation they are going to send. So that request for quotation, when you receive that quotation, then you are going to maintain that quotation. That means which you received from the suppliers. Then you are going to maintain that quotation. So this process I'll tell you later on, we'll go in detail, because this I will tell you in source determination. Source determination. One complete cycle is there. So that time I'll explain about this. Yeah, purchase equation, then purchase order. So I told you this I'll tell you later on in source determination in different scenario. This one. So now if you take that purchase equation as a standard process, I'm going to show you this. Purchase equation is going to be PR will be created by the respective departments who is requesting that, who has the requirement of the material or services. Then the purchase order is created. Then after the purchase order, you are going to, that means you're going to raise the purchase order. Then after that, and we are going to send that to that suppliers to whom you have selected, to whom you are going to source the material. Then you receive material from the vendor. Goods received. When you receive the material, not only goods received, it is also possible you are maybe you are going to issue, goods issue will be there, or goods transfer also will be there. Goods issue, goods received, goods issue, goods transfer. Goods transfer also will be there. GTN means the goods transfer on top of it. Okay, then we have this all the functionalities. This will come as inventory management. This will come as a part of inventory management. Okay, inventory management. PR, purchase requisition, purchase order. Then after that, inventory management, that is goods receipt. Goods receipt. Once the goods are received, then you are going to do the posting. Post goods receipt. You enter first. What you do? You enter the GR details. Here, you enter GR details. You enter GR details. Then after that, you are going to confirm that actually what is the quantity received. Actual quantity received. And you are going to confirm the goods receipt. You have to flag the item if it is okay. Confirm the actual quantity received, then confirm the goods receipt GR. Then the inventory will be updated. Once you do this, goods receipt, the inventory will be updated. The stocks will be updated. So you can check MMBE stocks. You can check the stocks position, MMBE stock overview. Stock overview, you can check.
Management material MMBE means?
MMBE is a T code, transaction code. Like here, every transaction, like how we entered material MM01, XK01, MK01, like that. So here also we have a transaction code. Like this one, ME51N. ME51N. Then for this, ME21N. And for this I'll tell you details like later on. But one transaction for GR, goods receipt, MIGO. This is a T code. And this is in the same T code. Actual quantity received, confirm the GR you have to do in the same. Then this is a T code to see the stock overview. For stock checking. You want to verify the stock, you want to check the stocks, how much is there in the particular plant or location, storage location. So you can see that. And after the stock checking, or maybe like after once the goods is confirmed, the goods receipt is done. The next step is invoice, vendor invoice or supplier invoice. This is a supplier invoice. So in SAP it is called as vendor invoice. Vendor. Like this. So this is the scenario in the standard procurement, the standard process. Anyway, like Procure-To-Pay, one more thing I'll tell you. See here, actually what happens after the invoice, this invoice you have to cross check and see whether your PO, what you have ordered, the quantity and value based on the goods receipt is matching or not. You are going to check. RECAP. So you are going to check whether the goods receipt, the PO, purchase order value and quantities are matching or not. You are going to confirm. Then you are going to adjust and enter the invoice amount. Invoice details you are going to enter. The amount, the taxes, and so on. Tax is integrated with the FICO. So that we will see later. Now you see supplier invoice. After the supplier invoice, what is next possible means the finance department, they are going to enter payment. They have to make the payment here. That means the finance department has to make the payment. Make the payment to the supplier. So this is a payment payment. Vendor payment is vendor payment. Vendor payment. So this will be done by finance. Finance department. So they'll make a payment. So that's why it's called as a procure-to-pay. Procure-to-pay. When you have this is also possible based on the contracts. Anyway, because we have different scenarios, I'll explain you that. Yeah. So this is the basic cycle in SAP MM. Now let us start here. First, what are the prerequisites? You need a material master, vendor master, and purchase info record. So these are the master records are required. So let us check here what are the details are available in the system. So ME11, let us check whether we have the purchase info record. So let us go to first MM02. Let us check the material master. If not there, MM01. I think already we have created. So to see that there are various 2-3 transaction codes are there. There are 2-3 ways are there how to find the material existing. And MM02, MM03 you can go on, you can check. There is also transaction like
You have to study properly.
Very traditional food.
Mm.
His dressing was haldi, roti, and bird. And
చూసినావా ఇంత మంచిగా చెప్పినా మరి క్లాస్ లో ఎందుకు చెప్పలేదు?
because all of my numbers.
అట్లా చూస్తే భయపడ్డాం అనుకో ఎప్పుడు రాదు ఇక.
Okay. And next time I'll be brave and brave.
క్లాస్ వినను ప్లీజ్, డిస్టర్బ్ చేయకు. నువ్వు డిస్టర్బ్ చేస్తున్నావని నేను క్లాస్ వింటలేను. కాదు కాదు ఇట్రా ఒక్క నిమిషం ఎందుకు బాగా నవ్వు-
Kirti, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Kirti?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay, so purchase requisition, then after that purchase requisition, like I told RFQ, I'll show you in some other scenario. Purchase requisition, purchase order, inventory management, that is a goods receipt we are going to do. Then after that we are going to flag the actual quantity. Then we are going to confirm the goods receipt. Then also we can see the stock position. Then supplier invoice or vendor invoice. Then up to this we have to show another one. This function is there with the finance. So now let's log on to the system. So MM02, MM03 also you can check, and MM60. See, MM60 also you can check to see the material list. Please to check the material. If you want to see under the plant what materials are there. Materials list. So MM60 is the T code. So here you can enter the material. If you don't know, you enter the plant. What are the plants we entered? I think we created with IBM. Then plant company is IBM. We started with IBM. Then we have created plant starting from
M010. M010.
Enter this. Under that, you can select the details of the plant. And if you know the material, you can enter the material. And material type also you can select. But if you don't know, you just enter the plant, then click on execute button. Then it shows you
Raw material.
what materials are there under
Sheet
the
metal.
under the plant. Enter the plant code and hit the execute button. Then we'll get the details. Here now from here you can check. This is the plant. This is the material. The material type and the cost or price we entered like this. And which user has created and what is the currency. Like that some information will be there. Now let me copy this material. Copy text. Then /n ME11. ME11. Go to ME11 here. So enter the material. Then enter the vendor number. Vendor you can enter from the list.
So we just a doubt. We have
Yeah.
to copy this material number because we
Purchase info record means it's the combination of material and vendor information. So when you have
here
the data stored in purchase info record, automatically some data can be defaulted into purchase order processes. So that's why both you are combining. Which one? Vendor information, material information as a purchase info record. For future purpose, even for the current scenarios, whenever you require some data, the system will look and it will catch some data from here. It will default data from purchase info record, including your purchase order, purchase requisition. When you create, so when you enter this particular material vendor, the data will be defaulted. Now IBM. So here, like we have created this. Let us select any one of this and select this. And the purchase info record what we created. IBPO is it? Need to check this what we entered. This also, if you're not sure about it, so go to the details. I think M1PO, I think so. We have created this M1PO, right? So enter this. M1PO is a purchase organization. Now there are 4 categories we have. Info category. When you are creating, depends on the info record. If the material belongs to standard procurement, then we are going to select standard. If it is the materials belong to subcontracting, if the subcontracting, then subcontracting you are going to select. If it is a pipeline material, then you are going to select pipeline. If it is consignment material, the material which you are creating, then consignment. So we are going to select here standard for standard purchasing as a standard material. So
can you please repeat this one?
If you want to create this material,
Actually,
if the material is, I'll tell you. Subcontracting means what happens later on. We are going to start. I'm going to explain in more detail. Subcontracting means we give some certain material to the third-party vendor or outside vendor, and he processes that, he assembles that, and he gives it back. That means he sends back. Example, you know, like Dell and iPhone, I like Apple. They give components, or maybe they get subcontracting to third-party vendors from different countries, and they receive that material. Then in the brand of like Apple or maybe iPhone, whatever they are going to sell. Similarly, even Dell also do that, right? So like that, that is called as a subcontractor. Then again you have pipeline. This is something relevant to some pipeline material also will be there, electricity, water, something like that. This is especially they use in plant maintenance, if you know that, because these are the department, especially they link to this pipeline material, electricity, or even some kind of industries like utilities we have.
I want to know how this vendor 106 has come.
Already we have created vendor master. I'll show you that. Before, material and vendor number we have created. After that, we are going to combine here.
Okay.
And consignment is there. If the material belongs to consignment, consignment also one type of purchasing is there. What is consignment? For example, assume that now Flipkart is there, and the Flipkart and Samsung is supplying the goods to Flipkart as a supplier on consignment basis. That means Flipkart is going to buy the goods on consignment basis. Let us take that some new product is there, and or maybe some new vendor is there. So they are buying maybe like mobile or laptop on consignment basis. Let us take. So in the consignment means the Flipkart don't have to pay the immediate payment, but they'll receive that stocks. They will sell. Then after that, they are going to make a settlement. Then they are going to pay the actual amount, how much it has been sold. So like that, even there is a consignment-based purchasing. Consignment purchasing it is called. So different scenarios. There are different 4 scenarios are there. Each scenario is the purchase before record. You have to select what is required for that requirement. This for pipeline, this for subcontractor material, this for consignment material. Now we are creating a standard material. So select this and enter. Now once you enter, you are getting the starting screen about your general data in a purchase info record. General data you are getting in a purchase info record. So you want to enter like some general information. Now you can see here material number, vendor material number you can enter. If you have example, the same material sheet metal MS sheet is supplied by various suppliers. So how to identify, and or maybe like if the material looks same, then you can somewhere somehow you are going to maintain like vendor material number. Then you can identify by vendor number itself. Now example I'll enter, if it is ABC traders, then I'll enter just something like just to identify some number like this. Then this material may be supplied by some other vendor, maybe for example, example. So then even that vendor you are going to mention whatever the vendor is there. For example, XYZ like this. Then that same material, so you can also identify by vendor number also. So there are some other information which is relevant to vendor data, vendor details. If you want to maintain the part supplier number or some manufacturer name, the country or origin, and any quality certificate is there, you can enter. So now we don't want this because this is relevant to quality management. Some other information also, like if you want to maintain who is the salesperson, responsible salesperson, and so on. So you are going to enter, but these things are not mandatory. What is mandatory? I'm entering. Now you also have your vendor data, first reminder, second reminder, third reminder. This is coming from the material master record. That's why I told you vendor information, purchase info record means combination of vendor and material. Vendor is 106 and material you have this 500655595 like this. When you combine that data or some details will default from the vendor or from the material. That's how this came. We are not entered this. This came from defaulted from material master. Now after this enter, once you enter, you are getting the what is like you can enter purchase information data, purchase organization data. You want to say planned delivery time is required 5 days, then you are going to enter delivery required 5 days or 10 days or 2 days or 1 day, depends on that. Then this is defaulting from the material master, but if you want to change or if you want to enter, then you can assign some other, maybe like Edward, Frank, John, whoever responsible. Just example, we have 001 for material master. Let us continue with this. Now you want to say what is the standard material. Maybe you want to buy standard minimum 100 kgs or 100 pieces. Otherwise, the vendor may have restrictions, or maybe they may have an understanding the contract. You have to lift this much quantity. So like that, so you can maintain, including for planning purpose and also for any information like required for planning, basically for planning purpose. And what is the standard quantity? What is the minimum quantity? and what is the, like, even including shelf life, like anything is there for that material, then you are going to enter weekly, days, year, you are going to maintain like this. Yeah, something like this. Okay. This is for shipping instructions, like a shipping notification. If you have the sales order between two different modules, buying and selling, then that time you have, if you want to be notified the receiver, we are sending the material, then you can select this. No, not required. Now again, you can enter what is the maximum quantity. Then system will give the message to the user, what is the standard quantity, what is the minimum quantity, what is the maximum quantity. When it is going beyond this beyond that information, then system gives a message. Example, minimum quantity is 100, but when the user is going to enter 10, system will give a message saying that minimum quantity is 100. Similarly, the maximum quantity is 1 lakh. If the user is going to enter 2 lakhs, or maybe, for example, 2 million, then if the maximum quantity is 1 million, then system gives a message to the user. So this is the maximum quantity you are exceeding. Like, so then,
Can I ask you something?
yeah,
This minimum quantity and standard quantity both should be the same, or
no, it can be anything. Depends on that. Just example I entered here.
but
Maybe you
when it
entered
can be
standard.
anything, this is the first time we are assigning that, then why will
Uh,
it give a message that if we enter 100, why will it
you
give
are
a message
no,
that
you are entering here. That's only a warning message to the user to notify him, because maybe this assume that this is your requirement. You want to maintain minimum, you need to buy 100 pieces, then only they will supply. Then maybe as a standard, your business requirement, every time you are buying 1,000. But sometimes you may need more, then the maximum quantity you require, maybe 1 lakh, example, like
but
this.
there is not
Then,
any compulsion that we have to
no,
use
not
this much
compulsory.
only.
Not
Okay.
compulsory. It just depends on that you are going to enter.
It's just a
Depends
warning
on that.
message, but not an error message.
It's not error message. That is for the client, end users. End users only, they are
Okay.
going to maintain the real time like this. This is end user part. What we are doing now, it is end user part.
Okay.
Purchase group, standard quantity, minimum quantity, then maximum quantity, then net price you are going to enter. Then, like if you have anything like quantity conversion from 1 to 100 pieces, one lot or cartoon, like that also if you want, you can enter. So I'll leave one
This
here. And
is it filled with by finance, or we have to fill the net price, effective price, and all those things?
you can enter the planned price also.
Okay.
If actual means actual also, you can maintain. If you know that price. Otherwise, you're going to enter different, like estimated price also. If first time if you are buying, if already if you have that price you are going to enter. If already you have contract, then you know how much price. So then maybe user can enter that price. Then you have a GR based invoice verification default it's coming. Then maybe you want to specify what is the under delivery and over delivery like that. So it depends on the terms and conditions. Like if the terms and like tolerance, the supply delivery, if it is tolerant, you're going to set what is the tolerance level for how many days required, whether that exceeding or whether supplying or it is delayed, you can specify how much percentage you are going to accept. For example, 10 days, maybe 5 days or 7 days, sorry, like 10% means out of 10 days, maybe 1 day you are going to accept. Like this, you can set for a delivery, like what is over delivery terms and under delivery terms. Like this. Percentage based on the order quantity up to which an under delivery of the item will be accepted. So, for example, there are two things are there. So, quantity wise means like we have to say now this example I am giving this. 10,000 is there. Oh, sorry, example 1 lakh is there. So, if it is exceeds, how much will accept? Like that. For less or more, you can give 10%, 10% you can accept. Like this, you can enter. Then, if you have any tax procedure or tax code, you are going to enter that. Example, I'll select 0. So like this. Now you can go to the conditions next. Go to conditions. So this condition pricing we had done, right? The pricing.
Yeah.
Click on that condition here. Okay, this is not ours. I just leave blank here. Enter this. Enter it. This codes are created for some other, maybe the company code or some other country, whatever. So I'm just leaving blank. Later on we'll change this. So just enter. After that, required data user is going to enter. Then is going to maintain this. Now pricing is maybe not assigned, so that's why I'm getting this. So go to the details here, and whatever the pricing we have created, we have to assign that. So we'll check that maybe we have assigned to that country our purchase organization or not, or document type. We need to check that. Now default only I'm selecting here. So default you can see here. Condition type is last price, and this is the amount. Now save it. After that, save it. So now purchase info record is generated. So what we have done here, the material master already there, vendor already there, purchase info record also we have. We're talking about this one. So MM01, then SK01 or MK01. So SK0 is centralized transaction. That means centrally you can create, you can maintain all data. MK01 is only purchasing data. So then after that, you have ME11. So this for purchase info record. So now all the three we maintained. And this is the purchase info record created. 530001110168. Yeah. Now go to purchase equation /n ME11 sorry ME51N to be 51N.
I would like.
Now got purchase equation screen. There are three headers up there. Header, the three levels of data you can see here. Item level you have, header level you have, text document level you have, the document overview level or header level, item overview level, item level. Expand this like this. Now some data, some information you want to type, you can type. This is required for source determination. Separately, I'll tell you. There are some people might have created here, but actually you have standard document type will be NB. NB it won't show here, so standard will be, you can say, you can tell this purchase requisition standard. That means document type. When you talk about purchasing also, there are various types of purchases. When you talk about the purchasing, example I told you, consumer purchasing, service purchasing, and in the purchase info record also I showed you that standard purchasing like that. So that's why document type also possible. Then one class I'm going to explain you, and we are going to create one document type. So but now majority of the times you are going to use the standard. So you can select this purchase requisition. Anything for communication purpose you want to type, you can type. Then bottom you can see here. This is item number, means serial number. This will come by default. Account assignment you have here. Account assignment. In the account assignment, what type of material you are buying, so depends on that. You have to assign this to the financial transactions. Once you select this, this will be linked to financial transaction. the type of material you are going to procure. See, here it can be not only for finance, even relevant to any other categories like logistics, purchasing, and so on. See, here asset purchasing, sales order, production related, like that, production related, project related, cost center, network. Network is a project management. So if you are buying anything related to project management, then you are going to select this network related. If you are not sure about what type of material you are procuring, then unknown. So like that, you have some account assignment categories here. Which category belongs that material you are creating, you have to select. When you don't know, you are going to select unknown, and or maybe if you are buying asset, you are going to select asset. Otherwise, you are going to select if it is a consumable material, then cost center you are going to select. Then here you have item category, because item category determines how the document to be carried out. Certain functionalities will be carried out. So like pricing, or the vendor is correct, the system can perform. Whether the right pricing is carried out, or whether the right vendor or material is entered, so things like that. So that's why this item category is there. And like I told you, consumer material, subcontracting, third party, stock transfer material, service, like that. So let it be standard here. When we create anything specific material, so that time we'll select this. So I'm going to show you that. For example, a subcontracting, consignment, or like service. Now, material, that material which you have, that you have to enter. Now we have the material here. We have copied somewhere here. Here is the material.
Sheet metal.
So I'll enter here.
So that material number should be noted always.
Yeah, it's easy. Otherwise, you can select from here. You have this here because it takes time. So that's why I have already copied that. To use that. Practice purpose, it makes good. It makes sense. So you can note down. Otherwise, you have this already in the system. Here, you can enter that. You can search sheet metal. Or if you are not sure about the name, then star button metal star. Enter. See it? It shows you that. It gives you all the information like which are sheet metal.
Everything is sheet.
Sheet, see, this is ours.
Yes.
Sheet metal MS 5006559. Then enter what is the quantity you are expecting. Yeah, now you need to enter the plant. Plant is a mandatory. M010. Then maybe I think
010.
storage location also, I think 0001 maybe.
Storage.
This is 0001. If any data is missing, if you entered wrongly, like anything error is there, so this will show you as a red color. Otherwise, it will show green if everything is okay. Then we have a purchasing group you have here. Delivery date you are going to enter. Some default data once you enter the plant and storage location. Some required mandatory information will be get copied here, which maybe you have maintained from the material master, vendor master, that will default. Then requisition, who requisitioned this material, requisition number, like a fixed vendor if it is fixed vendor, info record if it is vendor info record. So like this other information here. If it is a contract, you're going to enter the contract. Here like this. Purchase info record. If there is an agreement, you enter the agreement. Now storage location 001 maybe. Just enter this. So then maybe there is something error. Okay, 001 it is.
Sheet metal 5/6.
So here metal
Sheet metal.
quantity how much required? Then band
M101
then
001.
Enter.
Delivery date
Yeah. Now see here. It will take by default. That's why you have that delivery date in the material master. You have some date, delivery, plan delivery, purchase including
Okay.
card also. Enter that. By default, it will select. Otherwise, you can enter some other date. Now, I told you here, like a purchase, allocation data, something if you require, you can enter. Like this. Then you can click on check button. Then you can save it. Now it's once you click on check button, see no messages issued during check. If any errors are there, it will tell you what is missing. Now save it. Now see here, the purchase equation is generated.
generated.
So you have 0010047979.
9 create.
Like this. Okay, go back. Okay, next we have purchase order. ME21N. So ME21N. You have the document overview on and off. Left side you can see here. So what you can do that if already you have some documents, you want to reference that. Now example, is here also you have three types of data you can see here. Header level, item overview
Header,
level.
item overview, item.
Yeah, but header level you have a little more information, something related to organization data, where it is not required the PR level, purchase requisition level not. So that's why you don't have this. The purchase order level it is required. That means when you are buying the purchase orders, purchase organization details, purchase group, company code, and all that required. Not only that, including that vendor information and all that. So either manually you can enter it. So what I'll do to save the time, left side you can see one tree button is there.
Yeah.
Once you click that, it will pop up, it will open for us if you want to select any reference, which already if you have a document. So what I'll do, I have purchase requisitions. I'll say my purchase requisitions.
Okay.
Now it will give you the list of purchase requisition availables, which are available. Yeah, now you can see it. Now what you should do, just select that and adapt it. Click on adapt. Adapt is something like a copy. Adapt it. Once you adapt, the default data will come. It will get copied to your purchase organization. Now you enter the vendor, select the vendor here. Some data came here, like purchase organization, purchase group, and so on. You enter the vendor. IBM. I think we have selected this 106. This is the vendor. Then material, plant element,
Sheet material, plant M010, material description.
We're not getting here. Then enter the description here. Sheet or metal. We also have other there are other options which you can find out this way also. If you remember something like 55, right? Starting with 55. There are various ways are there how you can search. Maybe by description or plant or material.
Material description, we can directly enter the.
If you know that, you can enter. If you know that, exactly enter. Otherwise, you can enter star button and it is search. See here now. By entering the description or number, you can find it. Number means if you know the starting numbers. Star button you can enter. Then you give the number which you remember. Then ending you give star. Then you can search like this. Now enter what is the quantity. This also same like how you enter the purchase requisition, but here you are going to maintain the more information, something relevant to the pricing, the cost, and other details. So here M010 So control indicator do not exist. To get this, relevant to finance side, some control indicators missing means some data is not there. Relevant to periods. So go to new session. OKKP is the key code, or you can go to maintain controlling area in IMG. From there also. Okay. Now IBM is our company code. Double click here, and this also required here. You give the standard hierarchy, but real time the FICO are going to do this, so we should not do that. Finance responsibilities. Yeah, anything relevant to FICO, it is a finance responsibility, FICO responsibility. So here, just example, I'll enter IBM 1. This is some hierarchy is required for costing purpose. So save it. Click on X. Enter. Then go to activate components. Then go to new entries. 2020. So now here, the cost center I'm going to activate. This is not required for us. This is for FICO. But what is required for us for MM? So that I'm selecting here cost centers. Or if you want, you can just select and leave it, not an issue. Like these are all for different modules. But why you came here? You need this fiscal year, and cost center also required for most of the departments. So even for us also required somewhere you have a link cost center. So component active. Then profit center accounting. This for project department. If you want, you can select. This for sales. But profit center cost object may be required. You can put that. But just for practice purpose, you select this as it is, like how I'm doing.
Okay.
Then after that you save it. Save. Enter. Now you can see, like already you might have assigned the company code already there before itself in that structure we have that. So now you go to that screen, enter it. Delivery date it also, you just enter the delivery date. Yeah, storage location is required here. First enter the storage location. Then okay, delivery date, you will enter the delivery date here. Example, enter that.
Actually, is the delivery date should be same or it can be different in different versions like
Different
previously?
no, delivery date means when you want the material, when you are expecting the material, maybe after 1 week, after 5 days, after 2
Okay.
days, after 50 days, after 30 days. For next month means you enter next month here. You enter here next month.
Previously in purchase requisition, we have given the delivery. I mean, it automatically took that it's 28th, and in purchase
Yeah.
order, it is
See here, the system, when you enter that required the thing like this, 28 I'm entering, today itself, then system tells you, can delivery date be met? Default message, like warning message here.
okay.
Enter, then see here, warning message. Because delivery may not be possible the same day, right? This may be later on after 1 week, or you need a time to procure. So it depends on that you can enter. So now, for us just to create, so I'm giving this date. So now
Okay.
you can click on check button.
Sure.
No messages issued during the check. Check button is just confirm if any messages, errors like that. So here also you have option. We'll see that later on. Like if you want to park the document, you can park. Then you check the document. Then after that, you can also take the print preview document. You can see how the document looks. With the real time, you may get this some customized. The header level some data can be added. Actually, some header level can be added here. That means if you are implementing the IBM, that means that company, all that header level, some
Company
data will be
name.
there. Company name and the like location, country, and all that will be there. But why you have like this? So maybe in the real time, when you are with the ABAP people, technical team, you can just get it done, and you can just customize that according to the client requirement. Maybe they need your logo here, some location number, company name, and so on. So like that you can add. But now just for a reference, you can see how you get this. When you want, like if it is system is connected to your external systems, or even electronically or like through mail you want to send, you just come here and you can see that we have messages, and here we can enter whether what type of media or what type of communication it is, telex or EDI, simple mail
Simple
or
mail.
fax, and so on. But default printout will be there. But real time, maybe your basis team, that means your system admin guy, who is responsible for administration, might have integrated this to external systems. So now I'll leave print output so that you can see here like this. Then go back and save it. So this way we have printed purchase order. So
Purchase order.
tomorrow we'll do. Tomorrow we'll finish.
Can you send me the previous recordings?
Yeah. I'll send you both. I'll send.
Okay.
And this say the remaining balance.
Pardon? I did not get.
The remaining balance you can send.
Can I send it before 10th or immediately?
Can send. It is good. It may be like tomorrow.
The thing is, actually, the salary time is somewhat nearby that time. So I thought, if possible.
Maybe check tomorrow, day after tomorrow, 2-3 days. Because like
Okay,
any
maximum.
in by 10, I think we can complete that. Then I'll take you some sessions just to check that your knowledge. Like I'll give one like small case study type, and then we'll see that. Because by the time I think we can complete by the
Okay, when we'll complete this totally?
totally we can complete by 9th.
Oh, 9th.
9th or 8th, like that, yes.
Okay. So the course will be finished by 9th.
Yes. Because what I'm doing, I'm not taking you like I'm completing each scenario one time. But that also I'm
Okay.
understanding, because you also have to practice same time. Otherwise, I can take even 3 hours also. But
Okay.
same time you have to practice, no? That's why like even last time you were taking 3-4 days. Then I thought you will practice. That's why I give you time.
Yeah, I have done, but I gave a gap in between, so I shall start it again. Yeah, I will do
Because
it.
now end user part is there, no? End user part
Yeah,
actually won't take much time, because you have to understand the processes, scenarios like this.
okay. Okay, then I'll make it by day after tomorrow.
Fine. So this I'll send you. Both I'll send you. Just practice it. You practice. You just do this. I'm telling you, any of my majority of my SD, MM, FICO students, they got a job within 2 months also. There are people, but how much hard work you are going to do? You have to work. Only the job point. I will never give misguide anyone. Like I told you before also. Just to practice like this. If you do like this, I'm telling you, you will get a job. You have to practice. Like how I'm doing like this, because this is not 100%. I can tell you in the real time. Maybe assume that this is for 50% of what you're going to learn. Nobody can be 100% in the real time also. Why means client to client it differs. One project got implemented, some other client may have some challenging requirement. But This you should know how to do that. So if you do like this, if you practice like this, then you from the day one you can start in the project. So I'm telling you, my training, after the training, if you even immediately if you get a job also you can work in the real time. So no need to worry. Because we are getting understanding both implementation part, configurations, how to do that, how to do the end user part, and there are certain things, integrated things also I'm going to show you in MM and FICO. Any issues are there, we are going to sort out like this. I'm going to show you that. So this way it is going to help you out. And because why I do my students, I give this practical experience to understand this, how you get in the real time and so on. So this helps you immediately, even if you get after 2 months also, you can work happily. You don't need to worry about that. I don't know anything, not like that. But once you completed this training, after 15 days, I'm telling you, you can go and work. This is what this will not change. You go to any project, these things and these things will not change. What is addition means? That is customization because you have a team.
Yeah, total
But
team.
I'll simply this. Then tomorrow we'll continue this. So more we have.
Oh,
This we are going after this. Then we do that maybe tomorrow. We'll continue this.
oh, okay.
Okay. Okay.